Hi everyone, Kenfinity here, and here's my review of Mary Poppins, directed by Robert Stevenson, starring Julie Andrews, Dick Van Dyke, David Tomlinson, Gilnis Johns, Hermione Baddeley, Rita Shaw, Karen Doctrine, Matthew Garber, Elsa Lanchester, Arthur Treacher, Reginald Owen, Edwin, and Jane Darwell. Great cast, it really is. And this film takes place in 1910 London, where this dedicated banker is the busiest of cool. And his wife is a politician who's making sure they have votes for the women. So they're super busy, of course, to take care. They're too busy to take care of their children, Jane and Michael, who have had nanny after nanny. And they have an amazing maid and cook who peeps in on the children when they can, I tell ya. But they are busy, you know. They can always check on those beautiful children. So we get all of this information from an amazing chimney sweep named Burr, who's just going around telling these awesome stories around London. Well, specifically on Cherry Tree Lane, where the family is amazing, and their neighbor is still, is still a captain, and he literally is up on the top of his house, always, looking for his next destination, which is just Cherry Tree Lane. So after this latest nanny leaves, Jane and Michael finally get to give, the rundown of who the perfect nanny is. And they get all the nannies to line up, go ahead and have the interview process. But this giant gust of wind, completely bulldozes the competition for this very unique nanny named Mary Poppins, who gets, inducted into, their home and everything. And, she gives them, everything that the children want. And she's amazing. And, she is very, straight on what she wants. Like, this is what, is peculiar. This is not peculiar. She literally just says the best things so she can have things, done in the best way possible. I would never do something so silly. So she becomes Jane and Michael's nanny, amazingly. And she, takes out everything from this amazing bag that she has that is literally bottomless. And Michael, he checks and everything. It's bottomless. How is this possible? It's the most possible. And she makes sure that they take their medicine, and she, gives them everything that is important for this first day. And she measures, exactly how tall they are. And she reveals, how Michael likes to have fun, and how Jane, is quick to point out things. Like, what about you, Mary Poppins? And I suspected, practically perfect in every way. Like, she's practically perfect. Literally. That's her measurement. And you never know, like, when something magical is going to happen, she's going to do something amazing. Yeah, and she takes them, around, the block. And in the meantime, their dad is super busy at the bank. And, the house staff is checking in on the children, but they're busy. So it's mainly Mary Poppins, taking care as the nanny and everything. And she takes them to meet her friend Bert, who's not only an awesome, one-man band at the beginning, and he has these awesome rhymes for everyone who lives on Cherry Tree Lane, right? And, but it gets interrupted, by, the winds in the east, everything that happens to the Banks family. And he makes these chalk drawings, and they go into this chalk drawing where it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Oh, it has to be with Mary Poppins. Oh, yeah. And so they're going through this amazing, flatter than usual world, because everyone in that world is animated. Well, they are still their awesome three-dimensional selves. And they have this awesome holiday. Mary wins a race. And we learn this new word, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. And like, the more you hear it, it's easy. But then backwards, it's awesome too, to remember. Yeah, so they have this amazing jolly holiday. and then they come back out. And Mr. Banks like, what is going on, my children? What is Mary Poppins doing? Yeah, besides being amazing, so he puts his foot down on all of these things that are, being put into his children's minds, while his wife Winifred is pretty fine with the children's imaginations, being taken on amazing rides. But the dad, Mr. Banks, he wants his children, to know what is right, what is logical, what is finance. So, first thing, the children, they want to keep doing things for Mary Poppins, but she sings this beautiful, lullaby, makes them fall asleep. And then, Mr. Banks takes them to the bank. So he learns. So they learn, about donating their money. Because first, Michael was going to give his, toppings to, this lady who feeds birds. But of course, Michael, what are you doing? You need to save your money. Takes them to the bank, and they meet all the heads of the bank, and the son of the owner, is making sure that everything is for this quarter is in place. Yeah, and his father, the owner of the bank, comes in. Yeah, and he has nothing. But the, next quarter, bring this in Banks mindset. Stay focused on the trajectory. Exactly. And Michael and Jane are just, we don't need to do this. We should be able to have fun and do what we want to do. But, of course, Mr. Banks, he's so focused on what the bank needs and everything. It's like he is Banks, literally. And he worked. And then, the bank owners tell them everything they need to do at the fiduciary bank. In the various stores. Oh yes, Banks. Oh yes. You have to do this, Yeah, but they don't want to do that. So they run away from them. And first thing, they meet Uncle Albert, who loves to laugh. Who he's played by. He has an amazing laugh. And him and Bert, start cracking up, and they literally float to the ceiling, And Mary Poppins is like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. How absurd. But she also starts laughing. It's amazing. Oh yeah, and how they love to laugh, and it's a beautiful song and everything. And then after the kids run away, they meet up with Bert, who's covered in soot, because he's also a chimney sweep. Like what doesn't he do, right? For Cherry Tree Lane, I tell you. So he's a chimney sweep. And him and the other chimney sweeps are super busy, stepping in time. And then, Mr. Banks, he gets a good talking to, with Bert. He just tells him, how the kids, should be able to do, fun things after they have a spoonful of sugar, and they're able to do awesome things and should be able to do beautiful things with their father, with their family. So Mr. Banks, he goes back to the bank, of course, but he's fed up with everything. He's tired. And, at the beginning of the film, Michael wanted to fly a kite, right? And Mr. Banks, he finally gets that, everyone should be able to do things fun. And he tells a joke that first Uncle Albert told and now Michael told. And so he tells a joke to them. And then the owner starts laughing and he flies up. And the son, his father, come down. Because the owner, he's literally flying. Father. But they also enjoy with him. And they should join him. Go up there before you have to keep on doing the duties of the bank. And of course, Michael, they give the money, to the bird. So many things happen. They give the money to the, the bird lady, bird woman. That sounds nice. And Mr. Banks, him and his wife devotes themselves to spending time with their children as much as they can, because they do have busy jobs. But let's go fly a kite up to the highest heights. So they go fly these kites and send them soaring. Oh, you gotta finish it. So Mary Poppins isn't needed anymore. And that's how it should be, isn't it? So she has a parrot umbrella who talks to her, and that's her transportation. And so she goes away. and the family's together again. And it's a beautiful coming together family movie. I love it. But it has a lot of, jokes that you catch on when you get older. But it really is just a family staying together. Like, of course, you got a nanny, if the family can be together, this is awesome. And I know so many things happen, so this is what I have to do. It's a beautiful movie with awesome songs and just, memorable interactions between the characters and how the characters interact. What is going on Cherry Tree Lane, And it's just awesome how, Mary Poppins, she literally gives the kids all the implications of everything that they wanted. But, from there, I'm always finding out new things. They were able to give that to their father. Like, literally, she's doing everything that they want to do, right? and everything that they need. So they give that to their father and to their mother so that they can also tell funny jokes, go fly kites, have fun together, And, Mr. Bates, he's still a man because he sings about, how a man should be the king of his castle. Like, it's literally a song. And he, becomes a man who does everything with his family in and out of his castle. It's literally just showing how a family needs to, see all the fun things that they want to do together, that they can do together. Because Mary Poppins literally just shows that to them. And then they do that. That's literally all it is. And literally, Mary Poppins, she is mysterious. Because, she never explains anything. Like, she literally is precise. Like I said earlier, she says the perfect things so that she can go and do what she has to do. Like she doesn't get caught up in anything. Like, she just says what she has to do and good day. It's amazing. And It Will Last for Infinity. It's a beautiful family coming together and staying together movie. And Bud. Oh, you gotta talk more about Bud. Yes, you do. You gotta talk more about Bud. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. He's amazing. Everyone's amazing, I tell ya. It's a beautiful film. And just, just fun. It's fun. And it's for everyone. Because the family. It's awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please hit the notification bell. Knowing all new videos come out. And these videos will just, keep lasting for infinity.